You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
A former high school teacher of the year has been arrested in California for allegedly having a relationship with a student, and authorities state that they believe there may be additional victims. Tracy Vanderhulst, a 38-year-old math teacher of the Cupa High School, was arrested late Thursday night for unlawful intercourse involving a student and held on a $30,000 bail. The news outlet also stated that it was not immediately clear if the student was a student at the high school at the time. In a tweet that has since been deleted, the school stated that the teacher offers up a rigorous mathematics curriculum and deep caring for her students. The teacher was honored as Teacher of the Year in 2017. It also stated that the teacher epitomizes the educator so many desire to be. She is the kind and innovative teacher from whom we hope our children will grow. The educator who strives to engage all of her students from her intervention classes to her honor classes. According to a Facebook post, the teacher joined the staff of the high school back in 2013. As they continue to investigate the incident, detectives released the teacher's booking photo as they work to determine if there are additional victims. Investigators and the school are forming a joint effort, quote, working cooperatively to ensure a thorough investigation into this matter was completed. Anyone with any more information is, of course, asked to call the police. And also, moreover, they stated that the teacher is shown in a classroom on a YouTube video posted by the high school. She said in the video that she taught two math honors with mostly ninth graders. And also, she is married to her husband, Justin, and they have two children. This is all I'm just trying to figure out. And I've consistently seen this when it deals with these female teachers. Why is it that you're going to formulate this whole plan of like, okay, I'm going to get married to this guy, I'm going to sit up there and have kids, and we're going to have this wedding and yada yada yada, and then you inevitably just, in a sense, drop the kids, and you're in a relationship with one of your students who could potentially be your son. I'm a little bit confused. You're not going to sit up there and like this is like I'm trying to make sense of it. I done said it enough times, throughout the years that the reason, um, like I said, this is not giving an excuse or anything like that, but I can clearly see that a lot of these women here, every single time I look at these pictures, these were obviously women who were not getting attention back when they were in high school. So they were, there was a whole bunch of competition, right? They were not, the top one directly on the block that everybody was, seeking, looking after, calling their name, all this other type of stuff. So now they ended up becoming a teacher. So now it's like they got both the girls that they used to admire or they used to have ill feelings about looking at them now, and they got the boys who used to ignore them or didn't pay them, any type of attention because they were popular and looking at the other girls. Now they got them paying attention to them as well. Like I said, it's a whole ego power. It's that whole thing of, not being healed and living directly in that whole past thing. Like I said, this is where a lot of these female teachers are coming from. This is exactly what that is. They want to sit up there and show the fact that, hey, this is what I am now. Look at me. Look at me. Instead of trying to go to the guys who are their age and trying to do this whole look at me thing and all this other type of stuff, they can't do it. Why? Because those older guys are what? More than likely with women who they cannot even compete with. They're with more than likely younger women. That woman is what? They say that she's like 39. So some of those guys might be with somebody that might be 25, right? Might be their early 30s. They might be with women who both physically are doing way better, financially doing way better, right? So again, she's in an area where she can't sit up there and compete. So she's not going to go to like the high school reunions and try to do all of the stuff that she's doing here. She's going to go to an area where there is very little competition and she is the big fish directly in the pond. But The main thing that I also want to list as well is the fact that I've said time and time again that women need to, start getting a hold of this. That the moment in time that you start letting things slide by because you just want to only focus on this is the supervillain, this is, the villain, which is right, men, right? That's what they always sit up there and tell them. Women do no wrong. Men are the only ones that do wrong, right? So there has to be an evil, there has to be a good. But this is what it looks like. This is what happens when you only specifically put out stories and put out information telling you that one side, aka propaganda, one side is basically the evil. Women have always been taught that just men are just evil. This is just what they do. And if you want to find safety and comfort, you can find that in a sense by women, right? Because women are gentle, women are caring. They're not going to do anything to harm a fly. They're so nurturing. They're this, they're that. There is nothing nurturing about what it is that this teacher is doing. There's nothing nurturing. There is nothing caring. All of this has to do with selfish gains. All of this has to do with a quote unquote grown woman that is still a child that did not heal from past traumas of being in high school, being, ignored and looked over and all this other type of stuff. So now she's taking advantage of her being a full-fledged adult and what it is, the little bit of what it is that she has right now, and she's going to decide to flaunt that. And I saw the pictures, or the picture directly, online, and like I said, that's crazy. You decided as a grown woman that you wanted to walk away from your marriage and your kids to go after one of your students. And then you also decided that you wanted to sit up there and send a picture to one of your students. So I'm just going to reiterate yet again that adults do not care about the kids. I'm just going to reiterate that. I don't know how many times I can reiterate that without sounding like a broken record, but for the most part, that she got a bail for about 30K. And the police told you that more than likely there's more victims. They stated that she's been in the school system since about 2013. We are in 2023, about to be 2024. So more than likely there are more victims directly out there. Um, but like I said, when it comes to justice and, men do the exact same thing, it's not going to be equal. And that's the shameful part. This is why I keep telling people I don't believe in the whole thing of equality, because I'm straight across the board. If we're going to be talking about equal, then everybody should be getting the exact same punishment. If a guy is going to happen to do the exact same thing and they're like, all right, well, you're going to be on the registry and you got to do this, you got to do that. Pretty much his whole life is done as it should be. Then I expect the same thing to happen for a woman. She should be on the registry immediately. You have all the proof that you need. You have the picture that she sent directly to the student. You know the fact that there was a relationship that was taking place. Like I said, all across the board. But the moment in time that they decide that they only want to treat one specific group a certain type of way, that then is going to enable other women who are quote unquote teachers or becoming teachers to be like, okay, well, she pretty much got a slap on the wrist. I know pretty much what to expect. I'll just be a little bit more careful. I'll be more careful than what she is. And then they're going to commence to doing the exact same things. And you're going to have a continuous cycle of these women becoming teachers going directly after your families. But like I said, nobody really cares about that because women have just always been taught that men are the greatest evil. Men are the only ones that do this. Men are the only ones that do that. So this is why you have women going out there who are married, who got kids, who are in their 30s, almost 40s, going after students. Like I said, it is what it is.